With the Divi 5 framework, this is how we choose our colors, and these colors apply across the whole website. The issue we had with this was when we choose our tertiary color, which is right here. Let's say we go with this color and we refresh this. You'll notice that the tertiary color goes back to the color that it had before, which means it was not saving, although it said it saved. And if you take a look here at the top, it says colors saved successfully, right? But it was not saving. Again, I'll refresh this one more time, and you can see that it goes back to that default color. So we have a special update now which resolved that issue. So if you're a SiteKrafter user, you're going to notice that when you refresh your website, you have an update here. So if I go to updates, you're going to see that we have SiteKrafter Pro version 7.50 to 7.5.1. So all you need to do is to come over here, hit update. And once you update this, the update is going to resolve that issue of that tertiary color. So let's go back now to SiteKrafter, and then we're going to go to Style Guide. So in Style Guide here, we're going to make sure that we come all the way down here and adjust our tertiary color again. So this time I want to bring this, let's go with something like that. Okay. We're going to increase the saturation and make sure this is set to 50. Okay. So this is going to be our tertiary color. So you can see this is our primary, this is our accent color, and this is our tertiary color. Now, as soon as I drag this, you'll notice that my colors have saved, but the question is, have they really saved? So I want to come over here to this page. I am going to save this page and refresh and see if my colors are going to apply. And sure enough, my colors have applied. So you can see this is our primary color, accent color, and tertiary color. So let's see what happens when we change the color one more time. So this time I'm going to go all the way to, let's say, round about here. Again, it says it's saved. So I'm going to now refresh this page and see if my colors are going to change. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And boom, everything is fine. Everything stays the same. And if I come over here now to my design page and refresh, we can see that our tertiary color now has updated, as well as the rest of the colors. So at this stage, we are able now to use our color system. It is very, very straightforward to use. If I come over here to attributes, you'll notice that when I need to change my colors here, I can just go in. In fact, let's just drag this over to the side so you can see what I'm doing. So now when we go to our colors, we can start from 100. So these are going to be all our shades. So tertiary 100 will give you that shade. Okay, there's no need to go in and play around with the color picker. No, everything is hard coded. And if I go to, let's say 200, 300, 400, 500, so you can see here the colors have all their shades and everything looks great. And this is how easy it is to use the color system in Divi. So the question now is, let's say you want to rebrand your whole website. How do you do it? Well, this is how you do it. You'd come over here. You start with your primary color. So let's say you want to change your primary color to maybe something like that. We're going to increase our saturation a bit here to about, say, 55. And for our accent color, let's say we're going to change this as well. And we're going to use this color here and our accent color. And then finally, our tertiary color is going to be, let's say, something like that. Now, all our colors have been updated, and this is how it's going to be across the whole website. So if I come back here and refresh, you're going to notice that my colors will have updated across the whole website. And this is an easy way to design using colors and making them change across the whole website. Now, there's also another update which we had a problem with. So I'm going to show you briefly here. If I go in and select my text module like that, and I'd like to use my framework, I'll click here on module settings, go to advanced attributes. Now, when I click on plus to select my attribute, this is a new update in the Divi 5 beta. So now when I choose my class from here, you're going to notice that I don't have my autocomplete for my classes. So I can go in here and say, okay, let me just label this for my admin label. And when I come over here now, if I start typing in text, you can see it's getting large, but I don't have my autocomplete. And for some of us, we have gotten used to that. So what I've noticed is if I close this and then I come back here and click it again, my autocomplete is in. That's a bit of a weird one. And I tried to fix it. You can see here when I do text M or even a text small, it's working. Text medium, it's fine. If I want to do, let's say, background, and let's say I want to go with the primary 100, you can see my background is applying. If I want to add my padding, I can go with medium, and you can see everything is working fine. But the first time you open it for a new setting, it doesn't work. But if I close out of here and save this, and then I want to come back to it, you'll notice that it's working fine. But it's only when it's new that is where I'm having a problem. So let's add another one. So let's say, let's just use text. How about that? So I'm going to search for my text module again. So the first time I go in to try and style this using my framework, it doesn't work. So if I click here, class, and I label this to class, and I click in here, it doesn't show. But if I close it and then come back to it, you'll notice that now I can go in and add my autocomplete and it works fine. So for now, that is the workaround. I'm sure this is a bug in the Divi 5 beta, because when we looked at the code, there isn't really much that changed. So I'm hoping that in the next update or so, then this should fix itself. If it doesn't, then we really have to go back to work and make sure that we resolve this and make sure that it works. But for now, pretty much you can still use the autocomplete, but you just have to remember that when you create a new item, you just have to close it and then go back to the attributes again, and then that should work fine. But of course, we're going to make sure that it's going to work as it was intended. Anyway, guys, if you haven't purchased SiteKrafter yet, this is a new way of designing websites using classes. This is much easier to maintain your websites, and you actually design your website faster, guaranteed, because you can imagine with these colors, if you were to go into the design mode and then you go to your colors and so on, it will take you longer to design this, definitely. So if I come over here, you can see my text, everything has to be designed in here. But if you were to go to let's say your background and you start choosing your colors here, of course you can have your variables, but still there's more clicking here. Whereas with our class-based editing, it is much faster because everything is all set as variables and it's all set as CSS tokens. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you're interested in SiteKrafter, I have a link to that in the video description below. Go ahead and check it out. Until next time, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again in the next one. Take care.